Hey friend, welcome to Self Transformed, a podcast dedicated to transforming your health in less time and guilt-free through the power of habit hacking. I'm your host, Emily Nichols, behavior change specialist, fitness and Whole30 coach, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I know the struggle is real when it comes to taking care of you. I too am a working mom who felt physically and emotionally drained, but lacked the time and confidence to actually make myself a priority. Creating habit strategies around my health was the key to help me finally create a consistent, healthy lifestyle that doesn't feel hard. I'm now on a mission to equip you with those same sustainable habit hacks to help transform your life from the inside out, guilt-free. Together, we will simplify your health into daily habits that don't feel like another thing on your long to-do list, but rather consistent actions that add up to a massive transformation that will stick through all seasons of your life. So if you're ready to habit hack your health and create your own self-transformation, then let's do this. You're listening to episode 169 of Self Transformed. Hey friend, welcome back to the show. I hope you are having a wonderful day, feeling your best from the inside out. And if you're not, maybe today's episode will help you. Not maybe, actually, I know it will help you. This episode goes out to all the working moms. I mean, everyone that listens to the show is majority a working mom. I have worked from home since 2019, but this show is really geared at moms who work outside the home. I know so many of us in the past couple of years have shifted to being able to work from home and having a little bit more flexibility. But I know for a lot of us that isn't the case. We have to physically go into work and be at some place like 8 hours a day. So I really wanted to focus on how we can really incorporate micro habits into your day. I've heard a lot of folks coming into the community and in our society too talking about, yeah, that's great, but I'm stuck at work all day. So I was like, okay, it's time for an episode on micro habits. I can't wait to share these 10 micro habit tips with you. Before we get started though, I want you to text me. Text me your favorite emoji. Mine's always the taco or the kissy face, heart emoji, or little pink hearts. Text me your favorite emoji to 773-904-2157. That way you can get my Motivational Monday text from me. So it's just a quick little, hey girl, how you doing? You can actually text me back, which is really great. And it's me on the other side texting you back. It's a really great way to communicate with each other. And I wanted to remind you about my calendar being open. I only have, I think, 2 spots, maybe 1, available for October if you want to hop on a free habit hacking call together. You just come with me with like maybe one habit you're wanting to try to incorporate, and we will work on a strategy together in 15 minutes or less. It's free, no strings attached. I just had one last week, which was really great. And it was so great just to have them talk out what their challenge was and to work on that together and have a solution. And they're going to follow up with me here and as well to let me know how that went. I want these small wins for you, friend, because it adds up over time. And once you learn these habit strategies, it becomes a lot easier and a lot quicker to implement as well. It's something I teach in all of my programs. If you want to work with me one-on-one or learn more about my signature program, Self Transform You, where each week we will build a healthy habit plan for you based around your mindset, food freedom, movement, when you lose motivation or when you change seasons of life, which happens all the time. STU is for you, my friend. You can go to selftransformu.com to learn more and reserve your spot. I can't wait to see you in that program, either virtually or you can add on the one-on-one coaching with me. Okay, let's get into today's episode. I love talking about micro habits, and what micro habits are, they're just something you can start doing pretty much anytime, anywhere to better yourself, okay? It doesn't matter where you are, what kind of time commitments you have, because I know we have a lot of time commitments. These are small, tiny little actions to help you not so feel overwhelmed with taking care of yourself. And like I mentioned, I've had a lot of women in our community who are working moms, but they're like, Emily, I don't work I don't work from home. I don't have as much flexibility as some other folks do. And I totally get that. I've worked from home since 2019. Before that, years before that, I worked from my car, which I loved. I probably haven't worked in an actual office since 2009 2010 was the last time, or 2009, yeah, was the last time I actually worked in an office, and I could never go back. But also, I know what it feels like to feel like, okay, I see all these women like taking like a walk in the middle of the day or getting in a workout that's not at like, dark 30 in the morning, and you want that for yourself as well. You might not have the time to get up earlier to take care of yourself, or maybe you might feel guilty for taking care of yourself in the evenings and being away from your kids. Please let me know if this is resonating with you, because it's something I hear a lot from the girls in our community. So today with these micro habits, we're gonna talk about getting creative. Now in all my programming, I just focus on your fundamental needs, okay? There's so many different things we need, but a lot of times we're just not taking care of our basic needs, right? So really focusing on just your basic fundamental needs, taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and the small things. We talk a lot about the compound effect. It's one of my favorite books. My 14-year-old actually just read it, and which was really great because there's some golf references in there, and he plays golf, which was really great. But it's the compound effect. The book's by Darren Hardy. If you haven't read it, definitely go check it out. But it's really talking about small little things that add up over time. And we'll definitely talk about some habit strategy mixed in with these micro habits, because I cannot not talk about it. So these tips will really help you see habit formation differently and losing maybe the preconceived notion that you have to spend hours in the gym, all this time meal prepping, journaling, spending time with friends, and, being a great partner, a patient mom, and doing all these things and then not allowing time for yourself because you don't have the time. These small little micro habits are going to help you get a little creative. So I got 10 micro habits for you. We're going to focus on location, what you can do, and really your mindset around this. So let's get into it. Number one, this is like my tried and true signature thing to talk about, is habit stacking. So pretty much you already have a routine, a habit in place that you do without thought. It doesn't take a lot of brain power to do, and you stack a healthy habit on top of it. So if you know, I talk about P squats a lot, and I do that because it's very creative. It'll help you remember it, okay? But every time you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands, you do 10 squats. So if you go potty 10 times a day, that's 100 squats, okay? So you just broke that into small little increments throughout the day. The reward at the other side is a lifted booty and feeling a sense of accomplishment. Now, if I was to ask you to stand there and be like, hey, do 100 squats, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Your quads would burn out, your glutes would be on fire, and it would not feel as satisfying. Because of the time commitment and the burning that comes with it. Or maybe you love the burn. I understand that too. But habit stack. So thinking about things you already do throughout your day. Brushing your teeth is another great activity where you can stack something on top of it. Okay? So hashtag P squads, habit stack away, my friend. Number 2, lunch break micro habits. So I hope you do take a lunch break throughout the day, even if it's just like 5 minutes or 15 minutes. What can you do during your lunch break every day that is going to fill you up? Maybe if you have the opportunity to get outside and get fresh air, or just eat your lunch outside, that would be great, walking around outside. Or maybe you have like a fun book, not like a personal development book, but a fun book. I've mentioned this on a few episodes ago. I need to start reading these Colleen Hoover books because everyone's talking about it, and I really need to. I'm actually going to go to the library and see if I can check any of those out. But do something during your lunch break. Don't work through your lunch break. Do something for you, even if it's just 5 minutes. Number 3, car time. So this is something personal to me since I drove for so many years for my job, which I loved. I loved it when I could have my windows down. A lot of times in the winter, I was like, I could totally just get away with wearing like nice pants, and who cares what's on top, because I wore a coat most of the time because I was in and out of buildings so much and never even took my coat off. But I always would listen to a book or a podcast. Always. Or I would blast some music that like makes me feel joyful. Okay, so use your car time. Don't use it just to space out, or if you are listening to music, making sure it's something that's bringing you joy and filling you up, or listen to a book or a podcast. Maybe you're driving to work right now and you're listening to my show, or you drive around a lot for work. So this is an opportune time to take care of yourself mentally. Number 4, use a meditation app. So this is a really great micro habit because it's something that is already on your phone. You're probably using your phone a lot. There's Headspace, there's Calm, there's a lot of other different apps. I actually just downloaded a couple new ones last week, and I'll share more about those soon to see if I like those as well. But you could use that during your lunchtime as another way. But I think having something to kind of guide you and only take like 5 minutes or less, that will really be a strong micro habit to use, or even using it at the end of your day. You could stack it on top of something. Okay, so that focused a lot on mindset and location. Let's talk a little bit more about your fundamental needs and micro habits for that. So number 5, I'm focusing on ingredient meals. It is something I learned from Stephanie Garinke of the Dr. Mom podcast. She's amazing, has some amazing tips around creating meals that don't take a lot of brain power but can be healthy and nutritious. And I meal prep, like I actually just before I record this, I just meal prepped some hard-boiled eggs and some chia seed pudding. It literally took 10 minutes. It's something I usually do every Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon after church, either of those times. And that way I have nutritious meals and snacks ready to go for myself to make it easy. And also I always make leftovers when I'm making dinner. That way I have easy lunches, and my husband has lunches easy as well because he either works from home or he goes into the office as well. So I want to make sure a little micro habit you have is some type of little mini meal prep. Okay, a mini meal prep, thinking about an ingredient meal, pairing just like a carb, a healthy protein, a fat together, veggies, mix it all together, put a yummy sauce, there's your dinner or your lunch for the next day. And just doing that little bit over each week will really allow you to have those nutritious meals and develop that as a micro habit that compounds over the week's time. Number 6, prioritize sleep. This sounds like a huge habit, but it's a micro habit, in my opinion, because it's something that we don't prioritize or really think about. So a micro habit could be 5 minutes before bed, you shut off all technology and you get ready for bed and prioritize that sleep. Like I talked about, I know you might not have time to get up super early, or maybe you do have to get up early and that's your jam and it works for you to work out before work. I know that used to work for me for years before I started working for myself. But prioritizing your sleep and having some type of micro habit to stack on top of your bedtime routine will definitely help you throughout the next day as well. Number 7. So this habit is really important because a lot of times we hold things in. We're so busy helping everyone else and we're not really explaining why we might need help or why we need to take care of ourselves. So communicate about everything you need. Maybe it's evening time that you need to go for a quick walk or put on a free workout video on YouTube or something. Communicate that with your partner, your kids. Your kids can do it with you. Your husband can watch you. Everyone wins. But communicate with them why that evening time is something you might need, and get into a habit of doing that because that will really help you lose the guilt around taking care of yourself in the evening. Number 8, reward yourself. Celebrate those wins. So, it feels so good when you accomplish something. And we're always so quick, to tell our kids oh, I'm so proud of you, or your friends, I'm so pumped for you. But how often are we I am really freaking proud of myself? The whole month of August was a really big shift for me with my confidence, with my habits, realigning those back in with what I needed. And I felt really freaking proud of myself. And I actually said it out loud because I think it was important for me to recognize, and it felt really good to do that. So reward yourself. It might be as simple as just saying, hey, good job to yourself. Number 9, keep doing it over and over and over again. Okay, so just for 1 week, if it's working well for you, fabulous. But what's it going to look like the next week when your schedule is maybe a little different? Have yourself already in that mindset, I'm going to commit to myself to this Monday through Friday. Okay, whatever these small micro habits are, you're going to be doing throughout your day. And always remember the 21-90 rule. It's something we talk about a lot in all of my programs. It takes 21 days to form a habit, but it could take up to 90 days for it to feel like a lifestyle and for you to really start seeing changes in your mind, body, soul, all the things, okay? And number 10 is probably the most important, is to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, because we're so quick to not be proud of ourselves or to beat ourselves down when, maybe we had a really hectic week and these new micro habits you wanted to try out just aren't really working for you. And that is okay. That is okay. No week is going to be perfect, but the more you put it into practice, the more it's going to come easy. And eventually these micro habits will become unconscious behaviors that you do without even thinking, and they are going to compound over time into you feeling your very best self. Okay, I hope these tips were useful. If you're looking for a way to figure out, well, where can I put these little micro habits in, I would strongly suggest you go download my free habit inventory worksheet. It allows you to track where all of your time is going throughout the day, what habits you're currently implementing, and what habits you do want to implement, or what habits you want to get rid of, in order to use the habit strategies I teach to help you feel your best from the inside out. You can get that at bit.ly/habit inventory. Friend, I hope you loved today's episode. Regardless if you are a stay-at-home mom, you work from home, or you work outside the home, you can implement any of these micro habits in order to have a massive transformation over the time. But friend, you are the one that has to take action. I can help you as a coach. I can give you that accountability and motivation, but it is you. That's where self-transformed comes into play. It is you leading yourself through your own transformation, and that feels really freaking amazing. I hope you loved today's Micro Habits episode. I will check in with you later this week for Habit Hack Thursday. See you then, friend. Hey girl, real quick before you go, if you want some free motivation texted to you every week from me to help you habit hack your health, send me your favorite emoji to 773-904-2157 and sign up for my weekly pump up text. I can't wait to catch up with you there. Hey, and if you love the podcast, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can also find the show. Then you can even email me a screenshot of your review, and I'll send you either a Starbucks gift card or give you a free habit hacking call with me live on the podcast. Love and appreciate you, friend. I'll see you next time.